talk to me about the night of the storm, where you were as Hurricane Michael came through Northwest Florida, and what it was like.
Well, typically I'm with the University of Florida Hurricane Research Team. On this particular sortie, I was unavailable to attend and establish the equipment. But if you've driven the road between Tyndall and Mexico Beach, you'll see one of my four sets. We provide hardened weather equipment to supplement the Florida Coastal Monitoring Program.
Okay.
So for the last decade, I've worked with the University of Florida, both in their labs in Gainesville. I've also been on the steering committee, FEMA Building Sciences.
Is it almost like a storm chaser? Because I love that.
Oh, yes, it is exactly like a storm chaser.
Man, I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, meteorology. Anyway, go right ahead.
Well, no,
I
please.
It.
It's so I've got a 28-year meteorologist on staff. We've got a CCM on staff, and what we do is we've got floodplain managers on staff, and we work with the University of Florida and every other major org. Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Florida State University does the modeling, and we get out there in advance of the storm and we set hardened weather stations. So I've done this for every hurricane. I did it Harvey. I've done them for all of them. I missed this one, but I'll gather the data. And in this storm, we actually lost two of our four weather stations. One of them was in a suburban location, and the house windward of us came apart and blew into our equipment. And then the other one was at the end of the drone runway at Tyndall. And if you've seen my equipment floating out there, I'm ready for a salver to come pick it up, because
sure, absolutely,
it's no good no more. Dr. Shane.
If you're just now joining us, is my friend John Miner. He's with TeamComplete.com. The phone number 932-8720. That's TeamComplete.com, 932-8720. We're talking about what he does, how he can help you and your business, and at the same time where he was going into Michael. You said was it the Port St. Joe area? You were to our east as the storm came through, and you were listening to us on iHeartRadio.
I was. Well, day two, we set up camp at the boat ramp in Mexico Beach. So if y'all have ever dropped the boat in there, well, I got a camper there, a whole bunch of gas, a bunch of new friends.
Absolutely, buddy.
and some water jugs that need to be thrown away. We have been there since day two, and I sat there at night, all night, after working our 20-hour days. We provided aerial surveys for a major insurer here in the state of Florida, and got ahead of the wind versus flood challenges that their insureds are going to face. We put engineering, floodplain management, and proper expertise to bear with our FAA 107 pilots from a Mexico Beach drone location. We started in the very where it's adjacent to Tyndall. Yep. We started. We had airspace clearance. There was no TFRs, and we began in that location with side-by-sides and came along the beach to stay out of the way of the true first responders that needed to do their job.
Sure.
We chronicled 150 locations in Mexico Beach in 3 days following the storm. We were there as the search and rescue people were still doing their thing, and we had some experiences there where we were the first on scene to provide some closure to folks.
Which was very hard.
It was.
The search and rescue is very hard.
Oh, you put down your camera and you drop to your knees.